This is Optimal Living Daily Relationships, episode 94, When Gentle Parenting Goes Too Far, part 1, by Amy Goldizen with FamilyOptimize.com. And I'm Joss Marie, your host and personal narrator right here on the Relationships edition of Optimal Living Daily. Thanks so much for joining me here. This is the show where I read to you every Monday through Friday from some of the best relationship blogs on the planet. Today, I have the first part of a 2-part parenting post from Amy Goldizen with FamilyOptimize.com, so make sure and come on back tomorrow for part 2. Also, if you have any topic requests or would like to help out the show in any way, you can contact us right at oldpodcast.com/support. We appreciate all of your help. And with that, let's hear today's parenting post as we start optimizing your life. When Gentle Parenting Goes Too Far, Part 1, by Amy Goldizen with FamilyOptimize.com. Progressivism's disservice to our children. In our world, nurtured by a generation of participation awards, where everyone gets a trophy and an A for effort is standard practice, it shouldn't come as a shock to us that so many of our youth today lack drive, ambition, and work ethic. We've made our kids soft. And while soft, in the sense of compassion, acceptance, and understanding, offers a positive contribution to the world and the lives of so many within it, the lack of initiative and the capability to cope with negative emotions have all but disappeared. Our society is what many refer to as progressive, a premise suggesting that we're steadily making progress in favor of growth and development. Unfortunately, this perception is far from the reality of a painful truth. It's time to wake up. It's time to reevaluate our parenting methods for the sake of our children. A large number of old techniques have been deemed ineffective or disadvantageous and thrown out. It is now understood by the majority of the public that spanking a child as a form of punishment can have varying degrees of emotional and psychological damage on a developing child. Parents in favor of progressive modern parenting have adopted what is called gentle parenting upon this realization. I understand the logic and science that support the indication that physically punishing a child is wrong. I fully believe that through the consistent and proper implementation of positive reinforcement, gentle parenting proves to be the form of parenting most conducive to the healthy development of a growing child. Too gentle? That being said, society has taken the idea of gentle parenting too far. They've read into it too much. Gently parenting your children, or using the practice as a teacher or a coach, does not mean that we should sugarcoat the feedback we give our children. Gentle parenting should not serve as an excuse to allow children to do as they wish, ignoring and devaluing structure. As parents practicing gentle parenting techniques, we must be mindful not to become lost in society's obsession with being arrogantly progressive. Progress and growth are great, but not everything that was traditionally valued is wrong simply because it isn't a part of a new liberal movement. We've taken the beautiful concept of gentle parenting to a radical extreme that has left our children without value life skills that would ultimately have benefited them. We're raising kids that feel entitled, lack work ethic, have little motivation, and quit prematurely in difficult situations that would have otherwise been highly rewarding once resolved. In our effort to protect our children's psychological and emotional health, we've forgotten to teach our children the value of hard work and perseverance. We've forgotten to disclose to them that the world won't always be as kind and as safe as the home environment that we've created for them, and they're unprepared for what awaits them. If we deny our children the opportunity of experiencing disappointment, want, and self-reevaluation, we are doing our children a disservice. Not only will they be unfamiliar with what negative feelings feel like, they will lack the effective coping skills necessary to overcome those negative feelings when they inevitably occur. When our children reach adulthood, the world will not be cognizant of their need to be gently parented. To be blunt, the world doesn't care if your feelings get hurt, and your child's experience will be no different. Consider this. Your child, now a grown adult, graduates college and secures their first job. Lacking motivation and work ethic, they're perpetually late, they fail to meet deadlines because the work is boring and they feel they should be placed in a position that better suits their interests, and they have no fear of rejection. After all, you've let them move at their own pace. You didn't want to unnecessarily stress them over a few tiny minutes. You allowed them to quit activities they started and decided were boring midway through the session. You couldn't bear seeing them lack enjoyment, and you always safeguarded them from criticism, even if there was clearly room for improvement. Do you see where there is a fine line and a huge gray area when it comes to gentle parenting? It is important to understand that you can effectively implement the use of gentle parenting techniques throughout your child's life while still emphasizing the importance of responsibility, hard work, and respect for authority. Would your needs to be coddled at work be met? Absolutely not, and neither will your child's as they enter the adult world. To be continued. You just listened to part 1 of the post titled, When Gentle Parenting Goes Too Far, by Amy Goldizen with FamilyOptimize.com. Amy is a regular contributor at FamilyOptimize.com, and we've actually had the honor of featuring her content a few times now here on the Relationships edition of Optimal Living Daily. I always love hearing her perspective and hope you do as well. Also, if there's any way you'd like to help out the show, or if you'd like to help out but you're not quite sure how, we have an entire list of ideas right at oldpodcast.com/support. Thanks a ton from the OLD team. And that's a wrap on episode 94. Thank you so much for listening, and make sure to come on back tomorrow for part 2 of this parenting post, where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this podcast, but also Optimal Living Daily, the show where I read to you from even more blogs covering finance, productivity, minimalism, personal development, and more from incredible bloggers like Derek Sivers, Zen Habits, Mark and Angel, The Minimalists, and all the ones you hear on this show too. So if you enjoyed today's episode and like taking amazing blogs on the go, come on over to Optimal Living Daily and subscribe to that one too. And together, we'll start optimizing your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com, that's OLDpodcast.com, for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.